Oh
Says
no.
we're live.
You really have to have a warning, a thing that a button you have to hit to say, yes, I'm okay with going live.
Now, if you're here and you're not okay with it, you should be somewhere else.
Well, you look like you need to be in the North Pole right now. Just cracking a whip, getting those elves in line.
I know she likes it though, and I'm not shaving it.
Just ZZ top it out. I mean, you got time. You could actually grow it out, and you're like the original, Tim Allen when he played Santa Claus.
Well, all I know is if I try to trim it, I'm going to end up trimming it down to bare skin again.
Okay, if that's your idea of trimming, it's not the top of your head.
No, it just happens. So I told her Thursday I'm gonna go to the barber and let them trim it.
So they can practice.
Well, at least this way, if it gets ruined, she won't holler at me.
You still did it.
Yeah, it'll still, I guess, be my fault. But I offered to let her trim it. I mean, that's love, letting somebody near your face with sharp implements.
No, most of the time that's not called love, unless you're in Stockholm. That's called aggravated kidnapping with a deadly weapon, or a terrorist, foreign or domestic, or domesticated.
Well, I am definitely not. Well, maybe I am domesticated. Been baking and cooking dinner for a while.
You're about as domesticated as a guinea pig.
Listen, I am a
You're cute,
I am a
you're fluffy, you can do a few tricks.
I am a prize. I don't know what kind of prize. Probably not first place, but
Cracker Jacks,
might be.
or is it
Participation.
or is it the whistle from the arcade where you got to get like 1 million tickets to get one whistle? He was on the shelf below the whistle, and she's like, "Well, that's all I can afford."
Yeah, it might be the pencil. I don't know.
Damn, I was a Tootsie Roll.
With that hairdo, you're just the eraser.
I made last weekend. I made cloth fouti.
You made what?
Or clown feet, as I call it. It is a sweet custard with fruit.
You're making a dessert.
It was pretty good. I mean, the tough part.
Did you have to check before or after your blood sugars?
Oh, this definitely would put it up.
Did you check before you ate it?
Yes, I always, yeah, anything like that, I have to check.
Did it prevent you from eating in excessive amounts?
Yes, it did. Like, oh,
your age is showing. Your age is showing.
No,
and
his we just punched a hole in the wall of he's not afraid of death. He checked his blood sugars and took advice. He's afraid of death.
Yeah.
He read the warning label.
Well, see, what the problem is, I can only take so much insulin at one time.
Bruno is the warning label.
But it was very good. I mean, and I got to buy a peach or a cherry pitter, which made my life much easier. I don't know if I'll ever make another one, but for $3, it was worth it. Then last weekend, I made a peach custard pie. which is basically the same thing as the cloth petit, except it's in a pie shell.
Not saying that you're trying to kill yourself, but it really does sound like you're trying to commit suicide through confections.
And I just got to watch how much I eat.
Just
Yeah.
test the blood sugar ahead of time.
Oh no, this arsenic's not going to hurt me. I eat it all the time. That arsenic will hurt me, but this won't.
Yeah. Then for dinner tonight,
It's just
I
a
made
bear claw.
Yeah, that's the
No,
size
I don't do them. Anything with a lot of flour, white flour in it. White flour is the enemy.
White flour?
Yeah.
Wow, that sounded a little racial.
That's,
I thought it was just called flour. Enriched.
no, they have different kinds, but
Purpose.
that white bleached flour that's over processed to no end, that's bad. That's like just putting a straw in a sugar bowl. Same thing with white rice. Brown rice is doable. White rice, might as well just eat a couple spoonfuls of processed sugar.
Well, let's see. What do they make sake out of? Brown rice? No.
White rice?
Yeah.
Pretty much any alcohol is like, yeah, you shouldn't be doing that.
Oh, but soju have no taste.
Yeah.
I
No, it's just
last
you can't
Wednesday,
remember that taste until the next morning, and then you're too fucked up to remember, and you have a memory issue because you probably fell down and hit your head a few times.
Hey,
well, mine, I just have to
don't
be
be-
careful because of all the medications.
Not saying I'm speaking from experience.
you're telling all our secrets from doing the walk of shame from the walkthrough gate
I never did the
back
walk
to
of
the
shame.
barracks.
I walked through proudly like this. There was no shame in that walk. I was happy to be back on base because I probably owed somebody something or snagged a shoe or a pool stick or a shot glass. One time I did actually make it all the way through the gate with a kettle in my hand.
I never had to deal with any of that.
Well, that's
I was
'cause
on courtesy patrol.
well, that being
Yep.
said, I got to see my grandkid yesterday.
Lucky.
I got to be the first to give him his first ever birthday presents. So it was a fun day. It was a fun morning, a couple hours.
What were the presents? Because that almost seems like a trap.
No, I gave him some puzzles. Well, they're not really puzzles, but it's like the shape blocks, but on like a puzzle board. So it's it's 1 through 10. It's the alphabet, and I can't remember what the other one was. But
Yeah, I got my grandkid.
those
Same
are
thing.
automatically those are taste testing. Then I got him a motorcycle walker. It's like a 3-way motorcycle deal. It can be a walker, or you can just set them on there and they can use it like a little kick bike. Or then you can turn the back wheels around and make 1 wheel instead of 2 wheels.
There it is. Got to start
A
them young.
unicycle.
It's a 3-wheel trike. That'd be a funny unicycle.
I was looking
But he was
today at a 3-wheeled motorcycle.
he was more entertained by the wrapping paper. until it was pointed out that the handlebars on the motorcycle light up and make noise and sing songs.
Bright lights, bright lights,
Yeah.
Yeah.
bright and
But-
shiny, and it makes noise.
As soon as they took that away from him and they were trying to put it together, and watching his parents put it together was more entertaining than watching drunk soldiers try and put together something from an IKEA.
Are you sure it wasn't the same thing? I've had to put those bikes together.
It's pretty hard to screw it up when there's 5 pieces.
You want to bet?
But and but no, he went back to the garbage bag that my son pulled out and filled up with the wrapping paper and started pulling it out and shredding it in front of them while they were putting together his tricycle.
It's all right. Whittley discovers boxes.
Oh yeah. And then the Christmas wrap tube.
Yeah.
Because that didn't make things awkward. Code blue.
It's a hospital.
Damn it, I'm not going back.
I'm just hoping I get a text saying, "Hey, come up to this room, and here's where he's at." Because the procedure was supposed to be started at 11:30. The doctor was running behind with another procedure, so it doesn't sound like they got him in until over an hour and a half later.
Wow.
And I'm not a fan of driving his truck around town at all. Not when it takes you 2 hours to go 20 fucking miles.
Are you on the western side of the state?
Portland.
Oh. Ugh. Only good thing in Portland is Voodoo Donuts.
And then as soon as I get word from the docs here on this condition, I got to drive out to the center and I crash at my uncle and aunt's place.
Oh, you have family in Live Center.
Huh?
You have family in Live Center. I was going to say, why would anybody want to go to Live Center? But you have family there.
What's wrong with the center? It's a small town. Well, it used to be.
Used to be.
When they first moved there, it was a small fucking town. Now they're getting ready to put their house on the market on the 1st. And they've been on this property for probably almost 40 years. And about 3 years ago, they started seriously talking about selling the place, fixing it up and selling it. And they finally got to the point to sell. But when they first talked about it, they had it appraised at $700K. And they were able to double that in 3 years. Now they're going to buy an RV and shoot across to Amish country.
Yeah,
So-
from what I've known about Live Center, it's gone to big city living in the past 5 years.
Oh no, it's. I mean, the people that want to get away from it, I mean, hell, their property is going to sell before my dad has his 66th birthday, and it's almost a guarantee. the longest a single property sat on the market in the center has been like 2 weeks in the last year.
And the buyers are showing up with cash. They're not doing the
Yeah,
financing route.
Yeah.
They've been doing that to Centralia, Washington for the past 3-4 years.
Wasn't Centralia just a fucking suburb of Fort Lewis? Just the bad side? It's like the opposite of Roy.
No, Centralia is the midway point between Portland and Seattle on I-5. Fort Lewis is 42 miles north.
It's that turnaround point of no return. You're like in the twilight zone because either which way you go, you're going to a shithole.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's like New Jersey.
Yeah, it's like going from New Jersey. It's like going from Maine to Florida, and New Jersey is your pit stop.
No, there's more stuff in New Jersey. Our big highlight is we have a Home Depot and Walmart right next to each other, right off the off ramp.
Well, it's only a trifecta of the titty bar there too.
No titty bars in the county. Closest titty bar is 3 counties away.
That's a boring fucking county. Actually, you're gonna say is they don't allow drinking in county.
Oh no, they allow drinking.
Well, if you don't
Yeah.
allow titty bars and you allow
In
drinking
New Jersey, you could have nudity or you could have alcohol, but you can't have both.
well, Texas was smart. You can show this and still serve alcohol and liquor. You want to show, yeah.
There is no nudity
BYOB.
within 40 miles.
That sucks.
You have to go up north of Fort Lewis or down to Portland to go to a titty bar.
Well, if you go to Portland, isn't it going to be a iffy bar?
You go to Portland, you can just go to the restaurant.
I can just walk right outside the fucking hospital right now.
Well, yeah, go to any freeway on ramp and right around Portland, and yeah, you'll see it. You're not going to want to, but you'll see something.
Well, you guys have fun. I'm gonna get off here and let the phone charge because it took me all day to find the one outlet in this place that I can actually have a chair next to.
They hit it well. Huh?
Yeah. Like I'm used to army hospitals where there's outlets on outlets on outlets. But this one, I found one.
The other one's just a sticker on the wall that looks like an outlet.
Like that Wile E. Coyote deal from Paris where the guy painted the tunnel. And a car drove into it.
But I swear I came out of it.
Maybe that was part of the inspiration for the new Space Jam. Well, you guys have fun.
Our best to your dad, Austin. Now, I was supposed to get something done on Thursday, and they called me up and asked me if I would mind rescheduling. And I'm like, sure, why not? And they said, can you make Friday? Like one day. They said, well, we overbooked on Thursday. And rather than have people wait, you know, for probably over an hour sometimes. We figured we just, you know, move some of them to Friday.
See, the whole idea that they're overbooking is mind blowing to me. But then I've been the secretary, so many times that I just don't understand if you're keeping a logbook. Or a scheduling book. Or are they scheduling everybody on post-it notes and hoping it makes it to the scheduling book?
I guess. I don't know what their problem is.
Write it on a post-it note, stick it up on the screen until the end of the day.
I don't think anybody could be worse than my podiatrist, though.
I don't know. Department of Veterans Affairs.
I had an appointment last Friday. They finally admitted that I had the appointment, but that nobody bothered to write it down. So they couldn't take me.
Say what?
Yeah.
Because, okay, all my shit's through the Department of Veterans Affairs. Were you using private insurance?
Yeah.
Which means all the shit's billed. There's like 30 receipts for a normal person to go to the doctor when it comes to billing.
Well, there wasn't any billing that day because I never got to see anybody. And I don't know about anybody else, but I have a bad habit of going through the insurance paper when it comes, where it's supposed to be telling me about, you know, what happened and how much it cost.
Right.
And I have, like when I was in Atlantic City Medical Center, I was there because I had a stroke. And they had a gynecological bill on me.
What?
Yeah, that's what I said. How bad was that stroke?
Hey, call Jerry and call Oprah. We got a story.
So yeah. So anyway, I sent a thing to the insurance company, and I said, listen, I realized I was a little out of it during that period of time. I said, but I am absolutely positive that when I went in, I was a guy, and when I got out, I was a guy. So somebody needs to explain to me what this gynecological consult is for. And about 3 days later, they came back. They got back and said, "Oh, it was a mistake." And you know, it was removed from the bill. But okay, as long as you know somebody knows about it, because I don't think I should be paying for that.
No. I mean, if they did have that kind of consult on you, like I said, Oprah, Jerry, you know.
Well, does it mean for the 45 minutes that they billed that I knew everything?
Man, I don't know. That's special. 45 minutes.
Yeah, 45-minute gynecological consult. I'm that long to think, let's lift up his gown and check.
The first question I want to ask, and I know this might sound fucked up, did they put you in the stirrups?
No.
Oh, the stories that could have been done.
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, that whole stay was like really very surreal.
See, I'm dealing with a lot of paperwork catch up like that right now. And well, actually, the VA is currently dealing with, they fucked up. I just was notified that they found a clear and unmistakable error, which, yeah, shit like that is funny to me. Especially when you've been sitting here pointing it out for a fucking couple of years. Sorry. Little pissy about things. My camera cut out the minute the notification just popped up on my phone. I've been trying to reconnect the camera and it won't reconnect.
Yeah, I don't sweat it.
But it's nice to know the VA acknowledges they screwed up. Now, how
That's
long
always
is it?
nice, but you know what's even nicer? When they fix it.
Right. And on this one, I'm very interested to see how the hell they're going to do that. Because they found a clear and unmistakable error dated 2010. That's a few days ago, right? How the fuck are they going to fix that paycheck?
Yeah, somebody will figure it out.
With this current administration, I feel like they're going to use new math. Just carry the one. Man, it is a quiet night tonight.
Yeah, it's a Monday. It's like 90 degrees out. Well, it's 90 degrees here.
Yeah, I was going to say, what the hell is 90?
I did my first Comic-Con.
Ooh,
February
lucky.
of 2020.
Lucky.
It was iffy. It was iffy. The venue bailed on them the last minute, and they luckily managed to book another place.
So you did end up going.
Yeah. It worked out. It was Power Rangers was the main focus, which is okay. I mean, I'm not a huge Power Rangers fan, but at least I know who they are. I was surprised at the number of celebrities that came out for this, especially since it was their first year.
See, if a lot came out, it wouldn't surprise me because people are tired of being locked in their homes.
Not huge crowds. Now, I was thinking about that, and I said, this place is going to be packed out. And it wasn't. I mean, they had a nice sized crowd, but nothing like what I thought it would be. But we went down on Friday night, me and my grandson, because my wife does not really get into Comic-Cons for some reason. We went down for Friday night, and they had a private party and a photo shoot. And, you know, that was really fun. I got to carry my camera bag on a walker because I just can't anymore. And I caught my grandson referring to me behind my back as old man walking. And
oh, damn.
Nearly dead man walking. And it really upset me a little bit. And then I'm trying to figure out why it upset me, because if I'd have thought of it first, I'd have said it. Maybe I was just upset because he thought of it first.
I could see that. You seem like the type that would wear a shirt or have a t-shirt printed that says old man walking.
Well, I hadn't thought of that either. I am getting slow.
But you seem like the type that would wear it.
I want to, well, I'm printing up 4 new shirts for the cruise. And I'm doing one of a girl dressed up as Raven from Teen Titans, because the picture is really good. It's won an award, and she's a sweetheart, and I just, love her. And so I'm getting that one done. I want to do one of the models from the shoot I just did, and I'm not sure how my wife is going to feel about that one. But I figure worst case scenario, it'll just disappear on the cruise somewhere. So it shouldn't be too big a deal. And then 2 more. See, I got one hanging in my living room that's about 7 years old, but it's like really good. So I might do that one. I was going to do something else, but I'm sitting here looking at it, and I think I might do that one. And I got one of a guy in some really massive armor and a giant sword.
Nice.
But anyway, I figure 4 new ones, and put my logo on them somewhere, and might as well get some advertising out of it. I mean, what the heck?
Yeah.
And the other con that was supposed to get held on August 14th or 15th, I forget, whenever it was. The hotel had a fire 5 months ago and never told them. And they've been like stringing them along, and now they told them last week that they can't do the event there because they're still investigating the fire because somebody died. And he managed to, their corporate finally acknowledged that was really not right, and they relocated everything to another venue for them at a much nicer hotel.
Well,
so
that's good.
Yeah, that kind of worked out. And my grandson's there. He's going to that one. He's a celebrity guest. And I am the guest photographer. So, but I don't know where I'm going to be now, because last year, or not last year, year before last when they did it, I was right at the entrance. So everybody that came in kind of like went by me, and I got a lot of really great shots. But I don't know where I'm going to be this year now. We're in a different venue. So.
Right. Well,
it'll work out. I don't care. I'm out of the house. There's people running around in costumes. I'm happy.
Right. That's why I'm saying lucky bastard.
Listen, at this point, they could put me on an Air Force base, and I would consider people in uniform as being in costume.
Hey, people watching is still cool regardless. Being in I can't even call it the greater Northwest anymore, because with all the lockdowns that are going on over here.
Not that great?
Yeah, not that great anymore. Especially being disabled like I am. Yeah, they look at, the crippled guy in the wheelchair. Oh man, put on your mask. Are you okay? You gotta stay away from everything. You're one of the highest, really, whatever, you're susceptible to it. And I'm like, okay, I'll just stay in my fucking yard so I ain't got to deal with everybody's bullshit. With the amount of lockdowns and crap.
My wife locked me down February 23rd. I mean, she wouldn't even, her car was wrecked and she took my car. So I was stuck no matter what. I couldn't go anywhere. I stayed locked down for a year. I wore a mask when I did get to go out. The few times I did the social distancing thing, and I still got stinking COVID. And I'm the only guy in my house, in my family, that got it. Now figure that one out.
Man, I've got no idea. I've been locked in my house since February of last year. I've been out twice. Both times I attempted to wear a mask. When it comes to the social distancing, yeah, everybody has to be close to the guy in the wheelchair, and I can't really go far. So that's out the window. I am sick. I don't get sick. I have an autoimmune disorder, multiple sclerosis. The immune system's eating the nervous system. I don't get the normal sniffles. So I get more damage trying to wear the mask, because trying to wear the mask, I punch myself in the face or hit myself in the eyeball, stuff like that.
Well, I was okay with the mask until I got out of the hospital, and then I would have a panic attack every time I put it on. And I have no idea why, because it didn't bother me before. And I finally had to sit in a fairly dark room with the mask on for like over an hour until I was wearing it without going into a panic.
See, and that I fully understand. That makes sense. My issue, I just can't put the damn thing on. If somebody else puts it on me, I can wear a mask all day long. If it falls off, I'm fucked. I have to find somebody else to put it back on. Plus, it doesn't help that I know from unfortunate schooling from the military. Yeah, I know you're not supposed to wear a mask like that constantly. You cause other respiratory issues. So I try to stay out of things. Too much schooling, too many conflicts. And I'm jealous. I definitely want to see your t-shirt that you have made up of the Teen Titans character. Because I love the character as well. Raven is a beast.
No, Beast was
a character. Well, you know what I mean. On the team, she is one of. Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's like 7 years old, but I really like it, and I think I'm going to do that one on the shirt instead of the one I had originally picked.
Yeah, that is fucking cool. I'm a really big. I'm an absolute fan of the show Face Off.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. That's where those characters, people who do stuff like that, I fucking love it. For one, I could never do it. I'm not artistically inclined.
Oh yeah, it's a talent at the very least.
Yeah. The ones who are good at it, they should have their doctorates with some of them. Me, I'm an artistic photocopy machine. I can copy something as long as I can see how it was made. That's why I joined the Army. I'm just here to change parts.
All right, there's my Raven.
Okay, that's fucking cool. I just watched the new show Titans, episode 1, earlier today, actually. Must be because they must be done redoing Batman's.
I think so, at least for a little while.
Give it a good 10 years.
Oh, they'll bring it back. But, yeah, that's one of my favorite shots. And I think maybe part of the reason is because she is such a sweetheart. I mean, she came over to where I was set up and, you know, posed and did like everything I asked for probably a good 15 minutes, you know, for me to get that. And so I'm getting some posters of that done up to bring down there for the con.
See, I've gone to a couple of cons, but it was because I found the tickets on what's called vettix.org online. So I was able to go to 3 cons so far. I wasn't able to get any good photos or anything because I don't have a lot of friends or social life. So I had to convince people to take me using the tickets I got off Vettix. And yeah, so I didn't get a lot. I really didn't get very many photos. Can't do a lot from a cell phone rolling around in a wheelchair.
Yeah, and I'm going to do one of these. I just don't know which one. Kind of leaning toward this one.
Can I ask why?
The eyes.
Can you go back to number 2?
That one I haven't gotten Photoshop at all yet.
Number
like that
3 or
one
this
too.
one? Yeah, I like the eyes on number 2. The look on number 2 looks like she's more in command.
Yeah, that one's more like the pinup look I was going for, but I don't know. There's something about this one. But we'll see. I got a little while before I got to do them. My reasoning is if I got to spend $20 to go buy a T-shirt that somebody else put the picture on, I might as well spend 20 and get one that I took the picture and put it on there.
Fair enough statement. I wouldn't even know how to do that. Well, no, nowadays you can order anything online.
You send it out. They got a printer. Now, other than the fact that the printer is about $25,000, I would buy one where you plug it into your computer, you get your shirt material, and you put it on a frame, and it runs it through the printer. So you can print one or you can print 100.
Oh, man. Commercialize everything.
Well, they made it easy because before you would have to do a silk screen. And, you know, if you're doing full color with a silk screen.
Oh, hell no. No, thank you.
That's a lot of work. And you got to really know what you're doing.
Yeah, I learned silk screening freshman year of high school, and screw that noise.
Yeah, and then if you do it as an iron-on,
That's a lot of ironing.
It's not even that. It's they eventually that iron-on material starts to crackle, and you know, in 6-8 months, it just doesn't look good.
Oh, hell, 2 wash cycles and it's screwed. My daughter, when she was, oh God, probably 7, 8 years ago, my daughter was into roller derby, and her roller derby printed her name on the back of her t-shirt. It didn't last a weekend. All of a sudden, her name during derby was Haterade. One wash cycle, the A disappeared. The next wash cycle, the R disappeared. And yeah, they never used the iron-on names again. Me, I'm just a stupid guy parent that doesn't understand any of that stuff. I just pay for somebody else to do it. Or they tell me how much I'm supposed to pay.
Well, I did get one of those silhouettes that cuts the stuff out, and I haven't learned to use it yet, unfortunately. But
Are you talking about a physics machine?
It's like a Cricut.
Okay.
I mean, it's not, I got it for free. It's an older one, but it works. I just have to learn how to use it. And like everything else, it's, you know, priorities. What am I doing today?
I put my shoes on.
I got compression socks now. And they're really fun. It looks like I got silk stockings on.
But they help, right?
Yeah.
So enjoy those stockings.
So my wife got me shorts to wear on the cruise. So I'm going to have shorts with the compression socks.
With sandals.
Yep. It's a look. It's not a good look, but it's a look.
Hey, try to make sure to get the straw hat with the fan built into it.
You know, I didn't even think about that. I was just going to wear my refit hat most of the time.
Hey, they got the straw hat with the fan built into it. They got straw hat with Wi-Fi built into it, speakers and everything.
I don't need that. Well, of course, I didn't think I needed Wi-Fi on my camera either, and I found out that it works really well.
Yeah, everything needs Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I'm getting to that point where I'm starting to go along with that. Like, why do you need Wi-Fi in your refrigerator? Well, because it watches what you take in and out of the refrigerator. So when you're shopping, you can reach out to it and it'll tell you this is what you need.
And for us forgetful idiots, it monitors the expiration dates.
Yeah, it does that too, which I really don't pay too much attention to that.
See, I forget things are in the fridge. So it remembers that things don't need to grow a heartbeat.
Yeah. Listen, everybody should have a science project once in a while.
See, I could agree with that, but then I can't reach in the fridge in the house. So no, thank you. I don't need a science project that I can't reach.
You leave it long enough, it'll reach you.
No, we don't need world. What is it? Z World or any of those zombie
World
movies?
War Z.
World War Z. We don't need that shit starting off in my kitchen.
Well, it's got to start somewhere.
I'm sure somebody else from this group would happily take on the challenge.
You never know.
Some are a little crazy.
A little bit, but I mean, you know, still. My big thing, my wife gets so, why are you doing that? We have an Amazon Echo, and I'm the only one. I'm not sure about that. That when I talk to it like it's a human being. Alexa, will you turn on the kitchen lights? And, you know, please. And when the lights come on, I go, thank you. And now it started going, you're welcome. No problem. Somebody else tells us to turn on the kitchen lights. Oh, we have no internet connectivity right now.
No.
And I'm like busting up laughing. And the other day I went by and I told my wife, I said, watch this, I'll confuse it today. I said, Alexa, I love you. And she goes, that's just weird. And then Alexa comes on and goes, thank you. It is so nice to be appreciated. And she said, that is just weird. Stop doing that. I said, listen, I'm just trying to get in on the good side for when the machines take over.
Skynet is coming.
You know, I said, you talk to your plants. And she said, that's different. I said, how is that different?
Poison Ivy, the movie, failed. We're heading on to Terminator.
Well, what, I should just delete these. I found, well, I didn't find, I mean, I'm going through my old hard drives, and I did a studio thing for someone, and trying to think of the right word. Ignorant, maybe. I set up the appointment, and the guy missed the first appointment completely, and then he called up and he apologized, and wanted another appointment to get the work done. So I make the appointment. I take the pictures, and he wants, double exposure or something that's going to take me a while to do. I do it. Decides he doesn't like it. Wants a different picture in it, so I do it again, and he orders. And after he orders, he goes, "Oh, that's not what I wanted. I don't want that one anymore." And I said, "Fine. You don't want it. You don't have to take it." And I put it away. And he's like looking at me, and I think he was looking at me, figuring, "Well, what are you going to do? You might as well just give it to me at this point." And that just wasn't going to happen, because he pissed me off. And I told my wife, I said, I seriously considered, because I had like 5 or 6 prints of this, taking them out and starting to rip them up in front of them and throwing them in the trash. And she goes, "Why would you do that?" I said, because people do not like to see their pictures torn up. And
And
she
he
said,
earned it.
"What?" I said, they don't like that. That's a selling technique." And she goes, "Are you kidding me?" I said, "No, I'm serious. Like, when you go and you get that free 8x10 at the mall, when you go to pick it up, they do not give you an 8x10. They come in and they have a whole package that they want you to go through." I said, "And what happens is they show you the worst stuff first, because what they're going to do is, when you say, 'Oh, I don't like that,' is they're going to pick it up and they're going to rip the picture in half with absolutely no warning that that's what they're going to do." And people will like go into a panic. "Oh my God, they're tearing my pictures up." "Hello, Jessica. How are you tonight?"
Hi. I might have bad signal because I'm in Virginia, out in the middle of like nowhere. I meant to say New York, not Virginia. Sorry.
Well,
Hi.
Virginia would have been better, but hey.
Sorry, what?
Well, I said Virginia would have been nicer, but that's okay. You got to be somewhere.
Out here. I'm trying to remember how to say the name of the city. Nikki? I can't remember how to say it.
Don't care. New York, I don't like New York. Not
I'm out in the
not on my list of places.
3 hours away from New York City.
Yeah, New York City is like the pit of hell around here.
Oh, where are you at?
I'm in New Jersey, which isn't a whole lot better.
I'll be driving back to New Jersey tomorrow.
Why? Where are you going?
So I actually live in Maryland. I just went to New York City for the Soldier Ride with the Wounded Warrior Project, and
well, at least you were there for something good.
Lucky.
I'm surprised they let them do it.
you know, I had no idea what a big deal it was to people. I thought it was just gonna be like this quiet ride. That happened to me in New York, and no, it's what started the Wounded Warrior Project. And so they essentially, instead of just making it about just writing and like therapy, it ended up being parading us around in all of these major parts of the city where people's pockets are, lined with money or whatever. And honestly, I don't know. I know it needs to happen, but it frustrated me at the same time because I don't like to be used without knowing that that's what it's for, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, New York is
the Soldier Ride.
They didn't want. They were having all kinds of fits because they wanted to do fireworks on 9/11, and they had 27 reasons why they couldn't do it because of the pandemic. But then they'll make exceptions for everybody else, for every other cause.
Well, they shut down the Brooklyn Bridge for us. So
yeah,
they can make exceptions.
Somebody has some connections.
You went to the big ride that the Wounded Warrior Project does. I went to the one in San Antonio, and it's exactly the same thing you're saying. It's a dog and pony show.
It is. Don't get me wrong. I'm grateful, but it also doesn't feel that good.
It's a give and take situation. The camaraderie on that bike ride is absolutely amazing.
Oh gosh, yeah, that was so cool. I got to meet so many different people and bond, and like my time in the military was awful. We didn't bond at all. There was no teamwork. It was all about themselves. Probably the nature of the kind of career I chose. And I never got that. Maybe.
Can you?
Wait, we're not live. Okay, never mind. We're good.
No, we're live. We're live. Yeah, don't confirm or deny. That was my answer.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that'd be cool. It was toxic. But yeah, I always wanted to have that team camaraderie thing, and yeah, it was not that. So part of that trip it was kind of healing for me. The more I do these things, the more healing it is when you're being a team like that. And I like having the heart to see, if you will, for you and go ahead of you, and they're behind you, and they're like all around you, and I'm like bawling my eyes out, man. Like that got me, because I know they had fun, but they also didn't have to do that. I mean, they probably deserve it more in my eyes in some ways, because they're still doing it. They're still themselves to protect, and I don't know, it's just they were so honoring of. Personally, I feel so undeserving, and I'm just grateful that they did that for us. So
well, I will tell you something that I got told in here, that do not tell people in here that they're heroes, because it upsets them, because they don't feel like heroes.
Fair enough.
Do not tell them they're broken, because they don't need to know that. If they probably already do know it, but they don't need to know it. They think of themselves as different, and
they think of themselves what?
Different.
Limited edition.
Yeah. And I thought about that, and I like, okay, but if you ask me, I'm just going to say I'm broken because I really don't care. And I know I'm not a hero. So that one I kind of got because I've had people tell me, yeah, you are. And I'm like, no, not really. I'm just doing my job. And
Yeah.
but apparently that is something heroes all have in common, is that they will deny that they're heroes and just say we were just doing our job. So I have come to the conclusion that you do not get to decide if you're a hero or not. And I don't, and Jeremy doesn't. It is the other people looking at us that get to make that call.
Yeah.
So I just, I'll say one time I was just doing my job, and if they go, no, you were a hero, I'll go, fine, okay, whatever. But
Interesting.
because I don't think heroes will feel like heroes. We don't, none of us would ever go, oh yeah, I am. But, no.
I am to my granddaughter.
Well, I was real upset the second time I got out of the hospital, and my wife was holding me, and I might have been crying a little bit. And she said, "What's wrong?" And I said, there's just so much stuff I can't do anymore. I said, I can't be your hero anymore. And she just put her hand on my shoulder and kissed the top of my head and said, "That's okay, dear. You were never my hero." Wow. I said, okay, point taken. You don't get to choose. Other people got to do it for you. And don't ask your significant other if you were their hero, because you will probably be disappointed with the answer. But I don't know. I guess that's a wife's job, right? Keep the husband humble. And my wife is really good at it. So anyway, as far as I'm concerned, you two guys are heroes. Oh, man. Kind of finding stuff on this hard drive. Yeah, he's like unbelievable. What happens when you're up in the mountains of New York. I found all my old vampire pictures. Well, I guess it is going to be an early night. So we will wait 10:15, we'll wait till 10:20. And if nobody comes on, then we'll close it out. Not doing too good up in the mountains there, huh?
Yeah, sorry, I got a little lost what I was doing. Why is my Bluetooth not connected? I don't understand. Anyway.
Well, I did my first Comic-Con since February of 2020.
Awesome. How'd it go?
All things considered, I think it went really well. They closed them down and they had a jump to find another venue, which they did. Wasn't quite as nice as the one that we should have been in, but hey, we made it work. My grandson started referring to me as nearly dead man walking because I have to carry the camera bag on a walker now. I can't lug it around. And I would hear, when he was behind me, yeah, that's dead man walking, or nearly dead man walking, or old man walking. I'm starting to get a little pissy about it, and I don't really know why, because I think mainly because I didn't think of it first. I told my
I can
wife,
see that happening.
I said, I don't know why it is upsetting you so much, because honestly, it's funny. I mean, I said, I think I'm just upset because he thought of it first, maybe. But
Well, it could be upsetting in the fact that, getting older and not being able to do the same kind of thing sucks. And if you're joking about it, it's okay. But if someone else is joking about it, it feels too real.
yeah, but I joke about that stuff constantly. He got it from me. I mean, so if there's a problem, it's my fault. When we were talking about going on the cruise, my wife was like, well, what if you have an incident? Like, what do you mean? An incident. I said, you mean like something bad happens? And she goes, yeah, that. I said, well, I said, it's not a big deal. And she goes, really? I said, yeah. I said, they have a medical suite on the boat. They do? I said, yeah, I used to go down and visit it every cruise we went on, because, I had issues and I wanted to see what was available. And she goes, so if anything bad happens, they can take care of you. I says, yeah, they got an 8-bay morgue down there. And
Oh,
I did
that's
not
bad.
think anything, I did not think anything of it. My son-in-law yelled at me. My wife yelled at me. My grandson said, "Can I go with you when you visit?"
Wow.
He was like,
Oh,
he was like
gosh.
all in. I want to see the morgue. Will they let you take a picture of me on one of the slabs? I mean, he's definitely my grandkid. But
Yeah.
that was always my go-to to make a usually very inappropriate joke. And I can't. It just doesn't make any sense to me that it would upset me.
You know, actually, I really do think I do the same thing. I talk about my weight or make fun of something about my memory or whatever. And, but when somebody else does it, it actually hurts. And I don't know why.
But why? We are the ones who started it.
I think it's a defense. Well, I can't speak to you, but for me, it's like my to kind of distract myself from the reality of something. So if I'm doing it, I'm kind of in control, maybe, and I'm getting ahead of them, sort of.
A year ago, it would not have bothered me.
Oh, well, you did have some situations that maybe it just kind of struck you as possible.
I don't know. It's
That's
like
beyond my
I've already found out that I will have they didn't call it bouts of depression, bouts of sadness. It's not depression until it lasts for 2 weeks or more. Bouts of confusion, bouts of anxiety. And I was like, okay, now that I know why it's happening, it should be easier to deal with. But it's not. It's weird. And I don't know.
I'm sorry, I don't know either.
I just try and tough it out. But
You could talk to a therapist. It's usually really, really helpful.
yeah,
like 2 or 3 sessions.
I'm taking a break from that until after the summer because he's at the shore and there's just too much traffic. It's like I don't want to have to, take what should be a half-hour ride and have it take me an hour and a half, which is what it took the last time.
I started doing the same thing. I started seeing my therapist only like once every 3 weeks or a month instead of going every week.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I got to find out how much my insurance is going to pay for. Because I just don't know. They may pay for like 12 sessions and that's it for the year. But what I didn't like, although it wasn't enough to stop me from going back, is if I would talk about a fight I had with my wife, he would go, well, she's right. And I'm like, I thought you were supposed to be on my side. And he goes, no, I don't take sides. She's right, you're wrong. Like, can't you take a side and make me feel good at least once in a while? But no. Well. Did I get she's usually right?
Say again?
I said, I get that she's usually right. But that doesn't always make me happy. Although I did win one fight. I was told I am not bringing my camera on the cruise. But no, that's not happening. And she goes, really, This is for you to rest and recuperate. I said, how am I supposed to rest or recuperate without a camera? And she looked at me. I said, I'm laying in ICU in full quarantine, taking pictures of nurses with my cell phone. I can't relax without a camera. That's what I do. So we compromised. I'm allowed to bring one camera body and 2 lenses. So, but if I can't take pictures, that's it. I'm done.
I'm sorry, my signal is very spotty.
In and out. When you going through New Jersey tomorrow? Or is that like tonight?
Sorry.
I said, when are you going to be going through New Jersey?
I think at what time, so I got to figure it out.
Oh, you're talking like 3 in the morning or?
No, I don't think I'd get that early. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, it seems like it might be better temporarily.
Depends where the towers are.
Yeah, I don't know when I'm leaving. Sorry?
Okay.
Sorry, what?
No, I just said okay.
Oh, yeah. It'd be cool. I could swing by and say hi in person. I don't know how to do that.
I'm trying to think who. Well, Corbett,
Huh?
Dan, Chad, Ford, Tannhauser, Jim Moore. Yeah, I've met a few of the people in person. It's
Are
usually
those
an event.
people you've met?
Yeah. Yeah, Moore came down to go fishing.
I'm actually upset. I met a bunch of my guildies. So
And I was told at Black Label Con I'm going to meet a bunch of Isaiah's friends that are coming from out of state for the event. Now, most of them are going to be around 14 or 15, but he's all excited, so that's nice. Now I'm starting to feel bad a little bit for telling him I was going to let him off on the side of the highway and go home without him. Well, I think I'm going to call it. It was not a very busy night, but I hope everybody that got on is doing better. Thank you for being on.